Okay. Hi, Alter. Figured you would be the first one here. What do you think of my new poster? Ow. What do you think of my new poster? Pretty cool, huh? I got that years ago. Oh, I loved Cartoon Fridays. That was so much good stuff back in the day. I loved that show. I loved Cartoon Fridays. Thanks. Yep, it's Cheese Sweet Home. It's a... Wait, let me try to get a little closer. I have had that poster legit. I have had this poster for over a year, and I have not had a chance. I have never had a chance to finally hang it up, and I finally got to hang it up today. I got a frame at Walmart to quick hang it up. I can believe it. It wouldn't be a continuation, but I could definitely believe it. Because it's more like we want to reboot it. They can't really continue it because the story itself didn't technically end. But at the same time, you don't have much to go on. Huh? Really? Okay. Did you ever watch either of the Blues Brothers movies? Like, the reason why they were getting the band back together in the first place in the first one was to raise money to save the orphanage. In the second movie, they were legit just doing it for shits and giggles. So neither of those premises would have really worked for the Banana Splits movie. Plus, and I don't care what the hell Warner Brothers says, because they can't deny this. I have my thing ready to go then, just in case I need it. Warner Brothers can't deny it. The Banana Splits movie was legit. That was their Five Nights at Freddy's. Because Scott Cawthorn saw he essentially saw what the trailer was. We're an optimist. He saw what they were working on, what they were doing, looked at him and said, hell to the no. And immediately took back the rights to Five Nights at Freddy's. Hence why we got the Banana Splits movie, because they already had the characters and stuff done. They just needed something to go with it. Hence why we got that hot pile of garbage that it was. Yeah, I couldn't see it though. I could not see that being a Blues Brothers style movie. I couldn't see that. Because that would be too much, I think, like Brother Bear. Or not Brother Bear. What was that god awful Disney movie? Where that bear group was getting back together and the kid goes, we're gonna get the band back together. It's all like anthropomorphic bears. That's it, Country Bears. Thank you. That's it. The Country Bears. It would have been too much like the Country Bears. Get the band back together. Get the band back together. We're not getting the band back together. Yeah, hell no. But anyway, folks, we're here at Cartoon Network, a brand new asshole tonight. Because it's a long time coming. Oh, my sweet child. It's a long time coming to rip that thing a brand new, never before seen asshole because it needs it. But oh my God, the network. Oh God, the network and their infinite stupidity. To be completely fair, they went to hell the minute they started introducing 11-minute episodes, where you get one 11-minute episode. That's it. That's the new stuff. Right then and there, it basically cratered. And it's been trying to claw its way back out, and it just keeps going deeper. It started going downhill in the mid-2000s, not the mid-2010s. In the mid-2000s, they introduced that live-action BS with Destroy, Build, Destroy. Destroy, Build, Destroy. Those like kid shows that had like teenagers that were trying their unholy worst to do shit. I remember that. I remember Megas XLR. That was a good show. Megas XLR was a goddamn godsend, and it never ended. We'll never get a DVD of it either, but oh well. It's sort of like it got the same treatment I feel like Symbionic Titan got, and it never really got a fair shot. I feel like if it would have came out maybe half a year later than it did, or even a year later, it probably would have succeeded. Warner Brothers screwed over a lot of stuff with Cartoon Network. That's the problem. Look at I will do this like the quick rattle off of what they screwed over, and stop me if you've heard it before. Teen Titans, obviously. Any anime that they had on their daytime block, not the Adult Swim stuff. Pretty much every cartoon that they've had that freaking deserved it. Sorry, that didn't deserve it. And the ones that did deserve it, they were given praise. I love SWAT Cats. I actually have the intro. The season 2 intro on my MP3 player. Because, fun story, I was actually playing, I think it was Rebel Raiders, Operation Nighthawk. And there was a level that the music was god awful. I didn't need to have the sound on to play the level. So I legit had my laptop out the one night, and I am blaring the SWAT Cats intro while I'm playing the game. It was so kick-ass. They won't, because Bugs and Daffy, unfortunately, have had their own shows, and they can just keep redoing the Looney Tunes show over and over and over again. So them getting their own show wouldn't exactly do any good. It has been coming back for the last 3 years. They not only... So here's the deal. And I actually do know about this one because I do follow... they have a Twitter for this, and I do follow that thing religiously. I follow it. In fact, usually around Christmas time, they give out Christmas cards. If you sign up on their list, you get a Christmas card, which I try to do now every year because I like getting those cards. They're really cool. So what happened was they started a Kickstarter, and I think it was like a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe, but I know it was like a Kickstarter to reboot it, and it smashed the goal. Like, it pole vaulted over what they needed. And it's like, holy shit, it pole vaulted over it. But yeah, that definitely helped out a lot. It's just, I think they have to find, I think they're taking care of like legalities and getting the animators and everything else on board. That takes money, unfortunately. Yeah, I would not be partnering with Ubisoft to make crap. And there was already a SWAT Cats game. It came out for the it came out for the SNES, and it's unplayable at some points, but there is one that exists. Let me guess. The Rabbids, the thing that you always bring up every week. That's why we talked about it last week. Uh-huh. How'd I know? Because you bring it up every week. That's why we talked about it last week. That's why it was last week's topic. Imagine what he brings out. The rabbits. I'm going to go with the rabbits. I'm a little stuffy tonight, too, thanks to allergies and the weather. We talked a lot with the rabbits last week. They would destroy Bedrock, what they would do to the poor Looney Tunes characters. Seeing as he has to put up with Fred Flintstone, I don't really think he's going to mind. I think that would just be a day at the park, like a day at work for him. He'd see the rabbits destroying the quarry, and he would just go, well, it's Tuesday. Oh, that's right. I actually have my spinners this time. Forgot. I pulled my fidget spinners out so I would stop messing with this. I pulled out my fidget spinners. So I'd have something to screw with in my hands. No, well, you know what? Alter, I have an idea. Why don't you write a fanfic where the rabbits take over Bedrock? There's an idea. Right? I mean, technically, if memory serves, even Rayman couldn't technically stop the rabbits, so yeah. There we go. Much quieter. Yeah, much quieter. This one makes too much noise. I forgot how this one makes noise like that. Oh, well, I got quieter ones. Oh, yes. I have fidget spinners. I have like 3. Yep. 3 all yellow. I actually got my mom a blue one, and it annoyed the hell out of her because I'm like, here, I finally got you one because they were, when I was working Five Below, they were $1. And she's like, why'd you get me one of these? I'm like, because I wanted to. I was trying to do the thing that the Angry Video Game Nerd did where you like flipped it up and you like flipped people off with it, but I can't figure to do that. And I have tried. Like, I legit practiced that for like weeks trying to do it, and I can't get it to work. I think I got a text. It's probably a friend of mine that I texted earlier in the day. Yep. So she finally woke up. I figured you weren't talking the horror version. Now here's my question. Do you want the campy original 70s version, or do you want the slightly cartoonish version that we had gotten a couple years ago when they kind of did a little homage to them? Okay, so the 70s version. Yeah, I have no idea. I kind of feel like it would be because I remember watching the Banana Split show in syndication when I was a kid. I kind of want to say that it would probably be akin to, there was a, in all honesty, I kind of like the show that was on there. It was one of the show skits that they did. It was like an adventure type thing, sort of like Johnny Quest like thing. I liked that. I would assume it'd be something like that. I can't think of what the name of that little thing was, though. So I've been trying to help a friend of mine get out of her job. Like, legit find her something else, because she's my old supervisor, and where she's working at now, she's still there, but they are screwing her to the wall, and I do not blame her for wanting to leave. And when I was walking around in Walmart, I saw a flyer that they are looking for people to work there. Mega XLR just needs to come the fuck back and finish. It never actually finished. I remember Road Rovers. I do remember that show. Let me put it this way. Here's a show that I remember from my childhood. You remember Heavy Gear? I don't know. I honestly don't. Like I said, I couldn't picture it. You're gonna make me look up whatever the show was that was in it that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of it. Because like a little island kid, there's the main kid. I know it was because he had the banana splits, and then it was like it wasn't the Three Musketeers. It was that live action one that was inside the show, like the show inside the show, and I can't think of what the name of that show was, what the name of that skit was. But that's what I would assume it would kind of be like. So something akin to that. What the name of that show was is completely escaping my mind at the moment. Like, to the point that I legit don't know. Danger Island. I'm gonna have to look it up. Give me a second. So the stream's gonna get a little screwy. I gotta look this up. It's gonna drive me nuts. It is legit gonna drive me nuts. Was it Danger Island? Yes, that's it. Danger Island. That's it. The thing that ran for a freaking year and was just thrown in with the banana splits. That's it. Four suspenseful cliffhangers, any that is revolved in the next installment. The live action segment was created to cut the production costs and mostly on the mostly animated hour-long show, which was the Banana Splits. Yeah, that's basically it. That's it. Danger Island, that was it. That was the show. I could see all of them kind of scolding him, but I don't see Fiegel doing it. I see the dog one doing it. I can't think what the name of the dog one was. I can see them, but I can't think of what their names are. Honestly, God, I can't. What was that, Beagle? Or is that Fiegel? I honestly, God, I can't think of what the name of that one is. I really can't. But yeah, but I had sent my friend a picture of the poster because I bought it at Five Below, and that's what she was responding back with, and thanking me for giving her that tip and that job. Yeah, I mean, it is a cute poster. It's Cheese Sweet Home. I love it. I love that poster. I fell in love with that. It is a little, I tried to keep it as pristine as I could, but it did get a little crinkled today trying to get it into the frame, which kind of pissed me off. But look, I'm amazed it survived. Feagle is the dog. Okay. Well, wait, there's like 2 dogs. Or was that one the monkey? No, wait, no. No, wait a minute. You had the one dog with the tongue hanging out. You had the other dog that kind of looked like a gorilla-ish thing. You had the actual monkey, and then you had the elephant. So, which dog are we talking here? Because I swear there's like 2 dogs. Because you had, okay, because now keep in mind, I'm colorblind. So, you had the light brown, so like the tan dog. Okay, well, I know it's not Snorky. Snorky was the elephant. That one I remember. Bingo was the rabbit. No. Bingo was the, Shit, I look this up now. Damn it. I don't. Which one was the monkey? Which one was the monkey? It's the same classification as species. Ape. It falls under the ape classification. It does technically fall under ape classification. Okay. So you have the dog. So like the tan colored dog is Feagle. So Bingo. Never mind. I'm gonna look it up. It's driving me nuts now. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. It is legit driving me nuts. Okay, I thought you were talking about Drooper. Okay. Yeah, not Snorky. I still thought monkey, so I thought it was like I thought it was a girl. It's not my fault. Okay, so you're all right. So you're thinking the one that I was thinking then. Okay, so that's Feagle. All right. Okay, so that's the one I was thinking about. That's Feagle. I do remember Two Stupid Dogs. My favorite episode is the toilet seat. I want the toilet seat, but I need it. Me too. It was one of my. I actually liked Agent 000, Secret Squirrel, reporting for duty, Chief. Likewise me. Ouchies, Morocco mole. I loved that. But yes, I do remember I do remember Two Stupid Dogs. Because Brad Garrett did the voice of the big dog. Which, if you were a kid in the 90s, just flew right over your head. You didn't know who the hell Brad Garrett was until Everybody Loves Raymond started. Unless you grew up in the 80s and you heard Triptychon. Because he voiced Triptychon. Too bad they couldn't tear him away from his Jimmy John's commercials to voice Triptychon in Triptychon for War for Cybertron. But yes, I loved Two Stupid Dogs. You had Red, which was she was a horrible character. The little dog, the big dog. I remember the guy that always yelled, "But it's wrong!" Oh, that was classic. Okay, no, I got one for you. Okay. This one will definitely say whether or not you can carbon date your ass on this one, okay? Do you remember High Noon Tunes? Do you remember High Noon Tunes? I'm really glad I pulled these out. So I have something to play. So my hands have something to play with. I'm really glad I pulled these out. You don't remember High Noon Tunes? When they had the hands that went like this. They had like two eyes and a cowboy hat, and they went like this. They introduced cartoons in the afternoon. It was usually the Snorks, the Smurfs, Droopy Dog. It was called High Noon Tunes. It was a programming block. It was legit. It was just like a hand that just was like this. Yeah, we can count Adult Swim. I mean, technically, we'd have to count adults. We would have to count Adult Swim with this because of the fact that they are technically part of Cartoon Network. So, yeah. Now you remember it. Yeah, when you see the hand thing, now you remember it. At least it wasn't as bad as the thing Nickelodeon always did. And this was honest to God creepy. I am amazed parents didn't freak out at this one. There was that one where they had it was like a thing in between the Nicktoons. So like let's say Hey Arnold ended or Rugrats had ended and the next Nicktoon wasn't geared up for like another, like let's say it ended 5 minutes early because the episode ran short. Or they didn't budget the commercials right. They had it was like a teenage sort of drama with a belly button like whistling and talking. So basically inhaling and exhaling your belly button half a dozen times. And like I think they were using honest to God, I think they were using their nipples for their eyes. And that was deemed okay for kids for the longest time. I was like, the hell? But then again, this was also back in 90s Nickelodeon when they had when they had what the hell was it? Wienerville. They had Wienerville. Oh no, Common, you okay? Is anything serious? You all right? Do you eat too much at Thanksgiving? Okay. No, seriously, Common, you okay? Like, it's nothing serious, is it? Yeah. Trying my damnedest to help my friend get a better job because she needs to get the hell out of Five Below. Oh, I know how you feel. I was that way on Thursday for a bit. And somewhat yesterday because I was I'm still dealing with some shit from 7 months ago, from over 7 months ago, that I can't get rid of no matter how hard I try. But well, Common, if you ever need a place to talk, you're more than welcome to come here. And you do know where my Discord server is. I'm usually always there. At least I try to be there every day. Okay, well, let me phrase that. It's my Jessica Charms Discord, but you're more than welcome to stop by and hang out. Okay? But I hope you feel better. I really do. Because I know how it is to get a little bit depressed. It's never good. Trust me. I've been feeling that the last couple days, but not to a high degree, just enough basically to screw me over. But I do hope you're feeling better. I really do. I really do hope that. Oh, I remember Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. I remember an entire night that I wanted to watch an anime episode that was supposed to be on at 1:30 in the morning, but wasn't because Harvey Birdman, an attorney at law, was airing a Quick Draw McGraw episode on election day, and I got screwed out of watching my favorite anime episode because of it. Because then the next night, they up and had a different episode on, and I was pissed. Like, uber pissed about it. Okay, Alter, thanks for stopping by. It was a pleasure talking with ya. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to tell you guys this. I started my new job this past week on Tuesday. The kicker was I worked 2 days, and then we had off for Thanksgiving. So I didn't have to work Thursday or yesterday, and I go back on Monday. And I'm still in training, so that's really good. It's a lot of fun. I do like my job. I'm going to have a cubicle, which I am honest to God excited about. I am so excited I'm going to have a cubicle. Like an honest to God cubicle. I'm going to have a cubicle. I'm so excited I'm going to have a cubicle. I'm going to have a cubicle. It's so cool. A cubicle. I'm actually legitimately psyched about it. I'm going to have a cubicle. I'm legit psyched. I'm going to have a cubicle. I'm going to have a little desk. I'm excited about that. I really am. It makes me happy. I'm going to have a cubicle. But, yeah. So, I mean, I remember Cartoon had Space Ghost, just Space Ghost, and then Coast to Coast later on. We had, oh God, there's so many other shows. God, what was the one that I loved? Oh, the Jetsons, Flintstones. So we had those. God, there's so many good shows back in the day. And then, of course, Cartoon Network kind of just like lost their edge because, they just did. Oh, by the way, I was just doing this fidget spinner. Remember years ago on my old podcast when I talked about the lady that claimed that her 3-year-old managed to push these weights out and swallow the one? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to prove something, if I may. Now, I'm 34 years old, okay? Do you see how much force I'm having to exert to push these things out? So, yeah, her thing was horse crap. Yeah, I remember the good old stuff. My favorite era though for Cartoon Network had to be with when Toonami started airing. We got the good shit with Toonami. We had The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. We had well, obviously G-Force, Herculoids, Herculoids, Thundar, Barbarians, just some leftover stuff. Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam, obviously, the Godsend era. Then what was it? Then we ended up getting kind of screwed for about, I'm gonna say, a decade. We kind of got screwed. We got way too complacent with everything, and then we just got massively messed up because of it. But the downside, I want to say, was, and at least the upside of it, was that we did have a fun time with it. I actually just liked how it just worked out really well. It really did. It worked out really well for everything involved, but I missed that era of Cartoon Network when it wasn't the crap. Like, I loved watching SWAT Cats. I loved watching The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. I loved watching that stuff when I was a kid. Nowadays, it's, if you're tuning in to Cartoon Network, God fucking help you, because it's Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans Go. Now they're finally putting on some nostalgic stuff, but it's down under the Adult Swim block, which is starting at 6 o'clock. So first off, who called that it was going to be like half a year before Adult Swim started taking over the actual programming block at Cartoon Network? Like, completely. I did. All of a sudden it's, oh, well, we're going to start at 10. Well, now we're starting at 9. Now we're going to start at 8. Oh, we're going to start at 7. Then, like, what? Like 2 months after the 7 o'clock start, hey, we're going to start at 6. But from 6 to 8, we're going to air nostalgic cartoons. Because we know that the fans are pissed off that everything's gone to pot. You think we are? I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to prove that, but yeah. I guess there's nobody else to come in tonight, huh? Well, I'll just talk for a bit yet, and then worst case scenario, I'll just call it a night early if I have to. But not that I'm not used to it. I can do it if I absolutely positively have to, I can. But anyway, yeah, so we had a decent yeah, I mean, I loved Cartoon Network as a kid. I actually liked it and Nickelodeon more so than Disney. And when Disney became mainstream, where it wasn't a premium service anymore, I still liked Nickelodeon Cartoon Network far over Disney. But what I liked about Nickelodeon was the variety of Nicktoons. Like, we had Hey Arnold, Doug, Rugrats, Real Monsters, versus Cartoon Network, which was just Flintstones and the Jetsons and like the leftover Hanna-Barbera, Captain Planet, which, come on, Captain Planet. Somebody please tell me what the point of Heart was. Earth, fire, wind, and water I can get. Why did they screw Mati? And better yet, how did Kwame get to be the leader? Kwame had the power of earth. Wheeler had the power of fire. Linka had the power of air. Guy had the power of water. And Mati the power of heart. What was the point of his power? Heart. I am the worst character you're ever gonna have for a show. Heart. Why is my question? Is why was that even a thing? Like, the power of heart. his heart. But remember, though, by your powers combined, I am Captain Planet, who can easily be defeated by chucking sludge on him, throwing dirt on him, knocking him to the ground, and putting sludge and dirt on him. You're going to incapacitate him. And so long as he's out, they have no powers. You'd be better off teaching them how to do kung fu, making them humanitarians, and telling them, here, use your power rings to actually, fight your battles and try to hold them back. Because once you use this, you're bringing out Captain Planet for no valid reason other than, well, we basically, let's see, fire. Oh, crap, that's not working. Let our powers combine, guys. We're kind of screwed here. Call me, what do you think? Let our powers combine. Yeah, sounds like a plan. That's all it basically was. That was Captain Planet. That was one of the huge staples for Cartoon Network. And I think it was just originally came out for TBS, I think, but it was definitely Cartoon Network because it was, hey, we got to teach kids that you need to recycle. Yes, you and the owl. Which one's more annoying? Captain Planet. Which one do I want to take and beam upside the head? Captain Planet. Which one do I not want to hear for the upteenth time telling me the power is mine? Captain Planet. Ugh. And that was almost like Saturdays was Cartoon Network's A game. Sunday, let me phrase that. Saturdays up until 5 o'clock, like 4:30, 5 o'clock, that was Cartoon Network's A game. From 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on for the rest of the night, back in the 90s, it was Weak Sauce. That was Cartoon Network Weak Sauce. And they knew it. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest was all right, but when you stick the piss poor episodes on a Saturday, the only good thing about The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest was Quest World. That was it. Give us the CGI. Having Reboot on during the day was great. Having Sailor Moon on in the day was great. Weekends. You need something on the weekends. Well, we're going to put movies on or specials on. Okay, cool. Are they going to keep my attention? That was the problem. I remember Sunday nights when I was a kid watching Cartoon Network. Hong Kong Phooey. Who does not remember Hong Kong Phooey? Jabberjaw, Speed Buggy, Josie and the Pussycats. God, I am just rattling off things from my era of age. You had Josie and the Pussycats. You had Jabberjaw, Speed Buggy. Speed Buggy! Okay? I remember freaking Jabberjaw on a Sunday night. Hong Kong Phooey. Oh my God. It's Sunday nights. Guys, okay? Sunday nights in the 90s, if you were a 90s kid watching Cartoon Network on a Sunday, it was an acid trip. A massive acid trip. You have a talking shark. A talking dune buggy. A dog that's a janitor that fights crime as a kung fu master. It is like the weirdest thing you could ever possibly imagine, and yet here it is. It's Hong Kong Phooey. You had like Yogi Bear. There's like a lot of good shit back in the 90s. I remember Jabberjaw. I remember Josie and the Pussycats. Speed Buggy. Hong Kong Phooey. Just to name a few. Then, of course, Adult Swim came around in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and we got home movies. I hated home movies. That was a joke of a series to put on. And yet I'm watching it because I'm like, well, I want to watch Adult Swim. I want to watch this. You had The Brak Show, which was just a retread of what they were putting on a Saturday morning. The Zorak Show, which was on Saturday mornings. But it's just, there was a lot of weird stuff that was just thrown onto Cartoon Network back in the 90s, like the late 90s, early 2000s, that definitely to me was just weird. Like weird, strange, unusual. It was just, odd. Just go with that. It was odd. Like complete and total oddities. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense in a way, but at the same time, I'm thinking it's insanity, right? At least when Cartoon Network started doing movies, that right there was top-notch Cartoon Network. Like you had the Johnny Quest movie. And I remember when I was a kid, I was so upset because my mom recorded it off of TNT. And we never got, I was like, I wanted to see it said encore presentation. I wanted to watch it. Like, what's that mean? Like, it just means they're going to show it again. Like, I liked it. It was really good. But there was like so many good shows. Even there, back in like 90, I want to say, I was in second grade. So 96, 97, when they tried their hand at, young children television with, Big Bag. That was great on a Sunday morning. Gave me an excuse to actually get my butt up on a Sunday morning. Otherwise, just Saturday nights, hey, you can stay up till 11 o'clock. Yay! Then, of course, they came out with the greatest of all things, and that was Cartoon Fridays. Basically showing their What a Cartoons, or basically the decent stuff from that came out of the What a Cartoons, like Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo. Okay, not Johnny Bravo, but Powerpuff Girls, things like that. And we got those on a Friday night, hosted by one of the characters, either Dexter, Johnny Bravo, Count Chicken, I Am Weasel. That's what we got, hosting this block of programs. But I mean, let's not even forget What a Cartoon. I mean, so many of those basically were staples. They were like, here, let's try our hand at this and see what sticks. We're Cartoon Network, for God's sake. We have the same crap that we've been having. And we have a sister network we're about to start up that's going to take all of our old stuff off our hands. We need new shit. I mean, when they started taking a more turn and making things a little better for like the 9, 10 to 13-year-olds, I enjoyed that. We had SWAT Cats. We had reruns of Thundercats from the 80s. It got so much better. In like the mid-90s to early 2000s, it got so much better. When Teen Titans dropped, holy hell. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better, Common. I really am. But when we got Teen Titans, that was like, holy shit. That completely flipped the script. And that became one of their most popular series on the block. So you figure, now, why is it that this is the most popular thing on the block? Should we double down on this, triple down on this? Should we make sure that this is going really good? Nah, let's just throw crap at the wall and see what sticks. Granted, okay. One of their bigger missteps, and I'm going to say this, and I will get chastised by this, I know it, but I'm going to say it. I did not, nor will I ever, like Uncle Grandpa. It is, if you actually try to sit down and think about it, okay? A horrible concept of a show. How in the hell, okay? Hell, mind you, can he be everyone's uncle and grandpa? Can someone explain that concept to me, please? And explain it to me like I'm 5 years old, because I do not get it. How can he be everyone's uncle and grandpa? Okay? That was the stupidest premise I had ever seen for a show ever. And what did Cartoon Network do? More episodes, more episodes, more episodes. We're not satisfied with how these are. More. But like I said, the 11-minute episode era was just really bad. I hated that part because they basically took away what made Cartoon Network unique. You always had 2 11-minute episodes comprising 1 half-hour block. Now it was pretty much, no, you got 1 11-minute episode and you're dealing with it. And there were some that came out around the mid-2000s that I don't remember. When Code Lyoko dropped, I loved Code Lyoko. I instantly fell in love with Code Lyoko. I love Code Lyoko. Still to this day. Save for the live action adaptation, but the less said about that, the better. No, like legit. The less said about that abomination to my eyeballs, the better. Because that was crap. But you had Code Lyoko when that dropped, that was huge. We had we got like decent anime. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, GX, but beggars can't be choosers when it comes to that, I guess. But still, why give us GX? Did we hurt you, Cartoon Network, that you had to give us GX? Was there a reason that we hurt you? I mean, GX, really? I would have been happy if we would have gotten Cubix. I remember when they were like streaming the new anime. You got a sneak peek. It was like on Friday nights. I first saw Cubix. I saw the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, holy crap, these things are amazing! And then amazing just kind of went away because they didn't stay on the network. They were just a free preview. I was like, but I want that. I want that here. It's like, I want that here. But, yeah. I do have an idea for a topic, though, for next week. I was thinking of a topic for next week. Because someone on Twitter pointed out to me that a show that I actually like, that for years, it's one of those, if you say you like it, you're kind of met with weird stares because of some ambiguity to it. Or they just think you're nuts, but there is that too. That they were doing a 48-hour marathon the last 2 days. It ended at 9 o'clock this morning because they're fundraising for the next season. So next week, we're going to be talking MST3K. Or for those of you that are not in the know, Mystery Science Theater 3000, baby. Yeah. So that'll be next week's topic. We're going to talk MST3K next week. Or Mystery Science Theater 3000. Which is really fun. Nobody ever talks about that much because I think a lot of people forget it existed. And that's sad because it is a damn good show. So I see by the count right about here on my screen, I have one person left. Do you have any thoughts on Cartoon Network? Mysterious person watching me. And I'm so happy I dug these out. I am so happy I dug these out. God, I'm so happy I dug these out. Because I was legit playing with this like every week. And I'm like, I really shouldn't be playing with that. I really shouldn't be playing with that because I don't want to screw it up. And I remember, like, I have fidget spinners. I remember when these things were popular for a hot minute. Anything at all. All right, then, guys. I'm probably going to call this one then because I'm kind of out of things to say about Cartoon Network. And Common, if you're still listening, like I said, drop on by my Discord, Jessica Charms Discord server. There's a lot of us on there. There's usually like one or two people on. You can talk to a lot of people. Just be kind, be courteous. We have already banned one person from that server because they were not kind and courteous. They were a jerk. They were a jerk and they were banned. Yeah, but next week we are talking MST3K. Or for those of you, like I said, that aren't in the know, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Love that show. I got the theme song stuck in my head, and I watched some of the newer episodes too today. And one older one, two newer ones and an older one. And the first newer one was okay, but I started dozing off. The second one flat out put my ass to sleep. Oh God, was that movie horrible? It was The Bubble. God, was that movie horrible? Oh my God, that thing was a crap show. And the last one I watched was, I think it was like Ninja Master 1. And we never got Ninja Master 2. Which was just bounced off my boob. Which is really sad because I did not like Ninja Master 1 had a lot of plot holes. But yep. And I am trying to get somebody gave me the idea to do 60-second rants. I think it was Little Goofball. To try to upload them as shorts. I am looking into doing that with my tablet. I have to figure out how to do that, and if I can do that, because that would be a really good idea. To do 60-second rants, quick, painless, and cheesy. Plus, I'd have to come up with stuff to do. I mean, I had a whole bunch of them yet that I recorded in a batch, and I just didn't get them all uploaded. Which I gotta do. I gotta process and do a couple videos and everything else, but like, crap. And my mom's gonna get me up super freaking early on Tuesday because she's gonna try to go to the laundromat super early on Tuesday. And she's gonna end up getting my butt up early because of it. She'll wake me up. Actually, she's gonna have to in case the car doesn't start. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I gotta be at work by 8 o'clock on Tuesday. I start 8 o'clock. I work till 4:30 right now. While I'm training, I'm 8 to 4:30. Then afterwards, I will be 8:30 to 5. Yay! I don't mind working 8:30 to 5. I really don't. I don't mind at all. My coworkers are really nice. The one that started with me is really nice, which is a good thing. She's really nice, so that's actually fun. But so if there's nothing else, guys, I think I'm gonna cut and wrap. So thank you guys for tuning in this week for the worst podcast ever. Next week, MST3K. Be here or be square. Bye, guys. Have a good one. I'm bouncing. Bye-bye.